blistering questions about what they are and are not doing to protect kids and teens. The U.S. Senate Judiciary Committee hearing today focused on the leaders of TikTok, Meta, which owns Facebook and Instagram, X, formerly known as Twitter, Snap, which owns Snapchat, and Discord, an online messaging app. They were all pressed on their policies for dealing with cyberbullying, adult content, posts around self-harm, predators, and the role that they allow parents to play in what their kids interact with. And one of the most striking moments of the day, Facebook creator Mark Zuckerberg was pushed by Missouri Republican Senator Josh Hawley to apologize to the many families in the hearing room, some of whose children were bullied or sexually exploited, even pushed to suicide because of content on social media.
And this is why we invested so much, and are going to continue doing industry-leading efforts to make sure that no one has to go through the types of things that your families have to suffer.
CNN's Tom Foreman dives into the most contentious moments from today's hearing.
Your product is killing people. Will you set up a victims' compensation fund with your money, the money you made on these families sitting behind you? Yes or no?
Mark Zuckerberg, founder of Facebook, whose company owns Instagram, pushed into apologizing to families who say they were harmed by online content. Some waving pictures of children who died or killed themselves. It was an astonishing moment, yet the billionaire head of Meta dug in anyway.
And this is why we invested so much, and are going to continue doing industry-leading efforts to make sure that no one has to go through the types of things that your families have to suffer.
Your platforms really suck at policing themselves.
Against a torrent of accusations from the Senate committee about enabling sexual exploitation, election meddling, fake news, drug abuse, and child endangerment, the heads of 5 tech giants tried to push back.
We very much believe that this content is disgusting.
X will be active and a part of this solution.
But the fury kept coming in a rare show of unity between Democrats.
1/3 of fentanyl cases investigated over 5 months had direct ties to social media.
And Republicans.
37% of teenage girls between 13 and 15 were exposed to unwanted nudity in a week on Instagram. You knew about it. Who did you fire?
Senator, this is why we're building all.
Who did you fire?
I'm not going to answer that.
There was plenty of heat to go around as the tech bosses were scorched with claims their products promote anxiety, depression, and violence, especially among young people.
Children are not your priority. Children are your product.
But no one was hit harder than Zuckerberg, whose attempts at defense at times were literally laughed at.
My understanding is that we don't allow sexually explicit content on the service for people of any age.
How is that going?
Is there any one of you willing to say now that you support this bill?
Many of the lawmakers are intent on overturning a long-standing federal law that immunizes those companies from lawsuits over user-generated content and putting tough regulations in place.
It's time to actually pass them. And the reason they haven't passed is because of the power of your company. So let's be really, really clear about that.
And while the tech bosses say they're happy to work on safeguards,
But you have blood on your hands.
skepticism ran rampant.
Nothing will change until the courtroom door is open to victims of social media.
I have rarely, Jake, ever seen this kind of show in a Senate hearing. There was complete unanimity in going after these companies. And the lawmakers this time, who in the past have sometimes seen befuddled by big tech, this time we're really saying, in effect, we know what suffering is. We know what targeting is. We know what turning a blind eye is. And one of them said at one point, I may not know about tech, but I know how to count votes. And you're on the wrong side of it. I think, Jake, the odds of some kind of legislation passing just went way up.
Yeah, the idea that they can be trusted to regulate themselves seems to have been a thing of days past. Tom Foreman, thanks so much.